PODFIX network, baby.
Hey everybody, this is former WWF Light Heavyweight Champion Gilbert, brother, and you're listening to the Greetings Guild Podcast.
Now we start, boys, with the dance routine and the song and the jimmies. And
Is that how we start these? It's been so long.
We usually just crash head first into it every single time.
Well, that's the Cretan way, is to just, head down and barrel through the wall. That's how we roll, so.
That's how we get CTE.
Mm-hmm. That's how you maintain velocity, or at least get some.
So, so hi, everybody.
You
Welcome
guys want to
to-
get some?
I'm tired, no. Welcome to episode 91 of the Cretans Guild podcast. I am your host, Jay. With me, as always, is Corey and Bob. Gentlemen, say hello.
Hello!
Hey! And we are strong and on the road to 100. Holy shitballs.
Yeah, we're near it.
It's only taken 9 years to get here. We are part of the PODFIX network. That is podfixnetwork.com. As Bob always says in black and white letters on our rundown, PODFIX like a motherfucker. And we have a new Patreon supporter. It would be Lee from Essex, England. So we've gone international with our debauchery.
Holy crap.
Hi, Lee. How you doing?
Hi, buddy. Lee's actually reached out to me a couple of times. He's actually a cool guy. I think he's bought one of our shirts on TeePublic before.
No shit.
Yeah, we have fans. What the? I don't know.
How?
Is fans like the proper terminology, though? Maybe.
Well, I mean, it's just
like-minded peoples.
Oh God, fellow diseased individuals.
It could be people that are just keeping tabs on our movements just to be sure that we don't spread our intellectual filth too far and too wide, too quickly.
Yeah, are we sure that Lee isn't with the FBI?
He's...
Or whatever the British version of that is, the FBZ.
It's not MI6, what is it, MI2?
We just lost Lee as a Patreon sponsor for that.
I was going to say, I promised myself I wouldn't
out.
fucking do that, and I had to leave it up to one of you two to do it.
Well, one of us has to barrel through the idiocy, and if you're not going to do it, Corey, I will take that bullet. Yeah. Bob does all the work behind the scenes. We're the ones that have to look like idiots.
That's a burden I'm not willing to accept.
I do well enough on my own, thank you so much.
Well, yeah, but yours is a natural idiocy, Bob. You are what we aspire to be.
You're earth-grown stupid.
You're full organic stupid.
See, this gentleman right here is flyover stupid. It's not too aggressive. Doesn't really have any of that big city impacts. Yeah.
He's mid-market stupid,
Oh.
It has been a month since our last episode, so we are going to take a little bit of time to warm up to get back into the swing of things. So apologies if we're talking over each other, but we are out of practice.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
What's practice? What is our accepted? What is the conventional level of practice for this podcast?
Well, the conventional level of practice for this podcast is that we do it every 2 weeks, so we don't completely get out of sync. Our diseased hive mind stays melded.
Yeah,
but
this bullshit's still going to be 90 minutes.
Yeah, we're basically just like a theremin of dumbness right now. Just yeah. So I think the best way to kind of figure out what's been going on over the last month is to talk about what's been going on over the last month. And we have a new Cretans Guild champion. It's someone. This is how much I've been paying attention because it's
apparently
not my
I'm not
belt,
the
so
only
I don't
one
care.
with the rundown not up. Hang on a second.
No,
it's not
I've
on
got
the
it
rundown
open.
either.
You know what?
It just says new Cretans Guild champion. I'm working with what information I have right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Which is to say, it's somebody. And I know it's someone Bob has met in real life because there were awesome pictures taken at Hollywood Studios with the belt.
Oh.
Theme Park Rob. Yeah,
we met up. Rob. Okay.
Yep. We met up, we had lunch, and I brought the belt with me, and it was, first time I met one of our champions in person. It was awesome.
Not just, is he physically holding the belt, like stewarding it in the reel?
Do you watch anything I post?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't know.
He doesn't watch anything I post either, dude. Don't worry about it.
Oddly enough, I'm not offended. I'm really not. Because he's just like everyone else.
Oh.
Here, wait a minute. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's with... Okay, all right. You know what? That I deserve the trip. It's okay. But...
So Rob won the belt by winning the Oscars championship, right?
Yes, the Oscar Pick'em.
I'm really upset that I didn't win that.
I'm a little upset as well because you had you sprinkled in a couple of legit picks with your utter bullshit, which was perfect.
That was wait, how come you're upset that you didn't win that?
Well, because I would have liked to have read my picks live to show just because the heel character of Jay, the Cretans Guild champion, would have relished cutting a promo about I won, and I voted for Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey to win Best Picture.
You know what?
Yeah. So this basically would have been you as Chris Jericho reading off the 1001 move list.
Yeah, pretty much. Armbar!
Reverse armbar. Hey, go to the Slack. I posted the link.
Let's see here.
Mom Rainey's Black Bottom.
All right, so Best Actor, I chose John Cena. Supporting Actor, I took Mark Wahlberg. Best Actress, I said Viola Davis, because they can't all be jokes. Supporting Actress, Wendy Richter. Animated was Emperor's New Groove. Let's see here. Cinematography, I had Wild Wild West. Let me see. Costume design, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. Best Director, Ric Flair.
That's two ballsy nominations, even for the year of release.
Documentary feature, Jiro Dreams of Sushi. Documentary short, Sushi Dreams of Jiro. Film editing, Puppy Bowl 17. International feature, Mulan, which, was actually an international feature this year.
No, that's one of those jokes you don't have to explain.
Makeup and hair, people actually... There was a movie nominated called Hillbilly Elegy, and I voted for Hillbilly Jim. For music score, I said The Book of Eli. Fuck you, that score was amazing. Music song, I said the one from Eurovision, because I actually liked that one. Best picture, the one I took of Tessie a few weeks back when she was asleep.
Oh, that would have won anyway. That's a shoe-in. No controversy.
Production design, Tenet, because, it's Christopher Nolan. Short animated, I said Steamboat Willie. Short live, Wheelboat Steamy. Sound, Boom. Visual effects, those badass drones at WrestleMania. Adapted screenplay, One Night in Miami, which should have won. And original screenplay, Spider-Man 3.
God damn it.
I got none right.
I don't know. I would have thought you were on point with Wheelboat Steamy, which is my second most favorite move next to the Blumpkin.
Well, when I saw his nomination for Best Sound, I actually, in my head, I looked at what he wrote down, and I thought it was the actual sound of boom that he liked.
It was.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was like, what's my favorite sound? Boom. Yeah, boom wins.
Yeah, boom.
Boom's my favorite sound. That's the best sound.
That's everyone's favorite sound.
I like the that every kid in my fourth grade class used to do, except for me.
Oh, the water drop?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while I was able to do it, and I felt like king.
Can't fucking do it still. God. Yeah, ugh. All these years of experience in living, still denied the gift.
So Theme Park Rob, congratulations on your championship. Keep the belt warm, because it's going to be mine eventually. I may wait to re-enter competition seriously until Justin gets the belt again, because I really look forward to crushing his spirits.
Ooh.
I like this absolutely fake rivalry that we've built up.
You got to have the drama.
I got to ask, you're doing like a Jackbox tournament sometime in the future, right? Or something along the lines?
I'm doing something for Patreon live stream. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a Jackbox stream.
Going back to Theme Park Rob, the impressive thing about his win was there was like 23 categories. He got the first 10 correct, and was like, oh boy, this is a steamroll coming.
Wow.
Ended up with 17 of the 23 right.
So, and he was first place by a good distance too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he got 17. I think second place got 12.
Yeah, second place is 12. It was between You and Justin.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's actually the
right.
closest I've come to winning the belt in a while.
We had well, it's like every academy every year. It's the same group of Hollywood favorites, and I've only seen like 3 of them. Although there was like a pretty solid year, like maybe half a decade back, where I actually saw 5 of those movies.
Now, this was one of those years where nobody saw those movies.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, extenuating circumstances.
Right. Most of them were on streaming, and a whole lot of them, nobody was really... I kind of thought that, like, whenever you look at, like, a streaming movie, like, even if it looks promising, hey, this is pretty solid. Like, I saw the Chicago 7 because it was an Aaron Sorkin thing, and I had just seen the Facebook movie, like, a couple of nights before then, and I was in the mood, so I was like, okay, cool. And then when I saw the nominee list come out for this year's Academy Awards, I saw that movie was on there, and it's like, oh, I didn't know Netflix movies can... Yes, you did, stupid. They've been doing that for like 10 years. But it always seems like not improper, just kind of a shock,
unusual.
like a mild shock. Yeah. So I never really thought of any of the movies that I had seen on Netflix as being like, as showing up on this list.
Yeah, I don't know. It was... I kind of got disenfranchised with the Oscars this year when, like, the one I saw was One Night in Miami, and when that didn't get nominated for Best Picture, I was like, all right, well, I don't care.
It didn't even get nominated for Best Picture?
No, wasn't even one of the nominees.
Fuck
like
that.
If it got nominated and didn't win, I can accept that. Most of the movies I like don't win any awards.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even nominated. And I was like, that movie was phenomenal. How could that not get nominated? But it's the Academy.
Yeah, I think it's just a pick'em of a core group of like 10 movies, which is why we keep seeing the same ones over and over again.
Or 10 movie makers.
10 movie makers, right?
Yeah.
And, geez, I just saw up here that the Chadwick Boseman had a couple of suggestions from our group for Best Actor, and that would have been a posthumous grab.
I think that was the biggest shocker of the entire night, and it was the last award given out, and I think everybody was anticipating Boseman to win.
Yeah.
And then they announced Anthony Hopkins was a winner.
Yeah, that was like a sock to the fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Because what was the last time that a situation like this had occurred? Similarly, it would have been probably with Heath Ledger in Dark Knight,
yeah, it was
right?
Ledger.
And Ledger got it.
Yeah.
He got it
Usually
that year.
you do get it in cases like this. They're so rare.
Yeah, so Anthony Hopkins, great actor. He's got enough statuettes, I think. And Boseman was kind of like a storm that just came out of nowhere and went just as quickly, not to be flip. And what did he get? Like the most embarrassing fucking honor, not honor, because that is not the right term for that. He got an NF fucking T that the artist didn't even create. Whose goddamn golden idea was that? Like, how did they think that would make them look good the morning after? Especially with, social media being the not so forgiving piranha pit of an opinion that it is.
It was definitely that the next day.
I'd like to think that, like, in this world, and not, a hypothetical perfect one, that the person who actually created the model that the NFT was mounted to actually got some sort of residual, but I don't even think that happened. That was just a shit show from top to bottom.
Yeah, but it's in the past. We can move on.
Oh, no.
And never watch the
I like
Oscars
living in the
ever
past. That's one thing I'm really good at.
Yeah, we're kind of experts at that.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about something a little bit different than our normal living in the past shit. Let's talk about living in the future. And getting vaccinated. Because you guys should be getting vaccinated. I have had my second shot. And it kicked my ass 12 ways to Sunday.
Right.
But
how many days are you down?
As of this coming Tuesday, I will be outside of my wait 2 weeks window and be fully vaccinated.
Yay!
So, all right.
I'm happy.
Still going to be sitting behind my keyboard as soon as mine finishes out. I'm going to be going to get my first shot tomorrow because I wanted to be sure that I was going to be good for this show. And for the most part, it's not that I've been putting it off, but let's face it, I never leave the fucking house. So I didn't really see any need to at the moment. And I was like preoccupied with a bunch of other shit.
Do you know which one you're getting?
Moderna, definitely.
Okay.
Even though
that's what Jay and I had.
Yeah. That was just the one that people that I've been talking with said their effects were not as their after effects were not as severe as some of the other ones. And I know somebody that got the barring Johnson & Johnson, because apparently they're having issues. It seemed like anybody who got a shot that wasn't Moderna was like laid the fuck up for a while. So I wanted to be sure that was the one that I was going to get. That said, I also was just preoccupied with a bunch of other stuff, like, staying at home, jacking off, watching cartoons.
You have priorities. We understand.
Yeah, and most of those
But you're getting it done.
Yeah. And
that's the important thing.
A whole lot of those priorities were not interacting with the breadth of the human race all at once. Hang on a second. It's getting dark in here, and I do not want to look like a James Bond henchman. 1 second.
Okay.
You got a long way to go for that there, buddy. Like another foot and 150 pounds.
Yeah, he's not quite... Oh, Lord.
Oh, we're getting ambient lighting now.
Yeah.
Works perfectly for an audio podcast.
Well,
It does work perfectly for an audio podcast.
What, having like the glare, just...
Well,
You have a halo.
Yeah, the ambient warm lighting now.
Oh, that's the second person to tell me that today. Weird.
What is the thing hanging on your wall there, Corey? That
Over your right, yeah.
That is EL wire. The batteries went out about 2 weeks ago, and that's another thing that I've neglected. EL wire is, because I get the feeling I have to explain what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's basically... I can't see anybody's faces right now. There we go. It's basically like... It's basically like neon lights that are flexible. So it's not It's not glass, but it's the same effect. And I kind of like did a embarrassingly hasty vaporwave kind of a generic design with it.
Did you make a dildo?
No, I did not. Only Crystal Crows
you
did
sound
for this
proud of
house.
yourself over that.
No, I resisted the urge, Bob.
Yes.
The treatment is going well.
As a creature...
Dr. Stein says the shock therapy is well working.
Well, now Jay just let everybody know the real reason I haven't gone by the COVID clinic yet, and it's because I've been going somewhere else for another therapeutic
A different kind of
reason.
shot.
Yes, a different kind of shot, right. An injection.
And in a different spot. They're not going to stick it in your arm on that one.
Nope, because that wouldn't make sense.
No.
They'll use a javelin.
I mean, somebody at the clinic would be like, "Yeah, this is what I need," but everybody judges.
All right, so the big news right now though is Bob. Huh? Bob has big news.
Uh-huh.
As you guys know, Golf Channel are a bunch of they don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So that should tell you how good they're doing.
Are a bunch of non-existent entities.
And Golf Channel fucked over 66.6% of this podcast last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Bob, you have found yourself in a new land, in a new place, in a large automobile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Took a minute to
All
click.
right.
I gotcha.
Yes, I am making talking heads jokes. That's how timely I am. All right, so Bob, why don't you tell us about
Where is
your
my
new
beautiful
gig
wife?
as much as you're able to, at least. I don't want you to get in trouble or fuck up an NDA or anything like that.
Yeah, I work for WESH now.
That's awesome.
No, it isn't.
Have they put in? Did they put anything in the vending machine merry-go-round yet, or is it still the same sandwich from 15 years ago?
The Wheel of Death.
That was Channel 6. And yes.
That was Channel 6. Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't expect you to remember the ins and outs and all that. Channel 2 actually has like this canteen setup where everything is loose. You just take it, scan it, pay for it, and move on with your life.
Okay.
So first day was on Monday, and I'm doing like floor and robotic camera and not audio. They want me training on nights for a couple of weeks. Yeah, I know. Let's hire an audio guy and put him on camera. Whatever, I don't care.
It's not like the last decade plus of your career haven't been doing audio, but hey, whatever, that's fine.
I've done it before, and honestly, it's incredibly easy work, especially with COVID, because they have like 4 personalities and they're all in their own location and it's all on camera and nothing else. There's no movement, If anything, you got to take some caffeine to keep yourself awake. I thought it
Same
was
as it ever was.
Well, yeah.
Yay, local news.
Yeah. And it's local news, so I knew right away they weren't going to pay well. I just knew it was going to happen.
Well, it's local news.
Well, yeah.
I'm straight up surprised that there was like any jobs to be had in that market.
So was I. There's been a couple of openings, and I think one station told me that they were going with somebody with more experience than me. I'm like, I didn't realize. I didn't know Methuselah was running for a spot.
No, it was the department head's nephew or some shit. You know how this goes.
Yeah.
You've been in the business for long enough.
The funniest part of the night was, like, in between, like, the dinner break before the 10 o'clock news started up, I come around the corner, the production manager and the chief engineer are behind the studio looking at some wires along the wall, and he turns to me and he goes, "Bob, you shouldn't see this on your first day." I'm like, "What? What's going on?" They had caught a rat in a mousetrap.
They caught a rat on day one, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the kind of place I'm working at, a rat-infested news station. You can't write this stuff. It's perfect.
Man.
Yeah, at least it's not Fox. It's just funny. As soon as you said the words, these two engineers were staring at something, I got so much flashback from that. It's just so many like anecdotes at any of the locals that I used to work at started with those words. So the engineers were showing me something. The engineers were looking perplexed at the floor. What were they looking at? More floor. I shit you not.
They're engineers.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard that story?
Television engineers, Meredith, they don't count. My wife got offended because I said they're engineers. So.
Oh. It's why? Is there something?
Her dad's an engineer.
Oh, okay. No, not that kind of engineer.
And she was almost an engineer. Yeah, not a valuable engineer that actually like contributes.
Not a
to
glorified
society.
repairman.
Television engineers are former PTs that have back problems and leg problems and shit and can't really move a camera anymore.
Even the young ones.
Even the young ones, yes. And that's on a good day. No, there was a situation at Fox where we were, as production techs, by the way, not as engineers, we were charged with the task of like running cable back and forth from what was the old control room to the new control room at the time because they were changing control rooms. And in order to get that situated, we had to start pulling up the false floor that bank on all the controllers. So day one, we were like, okay, well, we got to start tearing this bitch up so we can pull all the cables out and bring them over there and start rerouting everything. And I go in there with my former supervisor, Chico, and I think somebody else. I think it was the TD I worked with at the time. And we were like, all right, you got the suction cup, big suction cup, use it to pull up false floor tiles. And he's like, all right, well, put it down. All right, Chico, go ahead and do that. And he pulls up the tile, and there's another tile right underneath it. And this was, they put a fucking false floor underneath the false floor, or on top of the false floor that was already there from an older control room. And as soon as he pulled the tile up, this was the reaction, and this shit was so choice and ought to make for really good audio. He looks at it for a second.
Just throws his hands up.
Just throws his fucking hands up.
It's like a Looney Tune cartoon. He opens up a door and there's another door inside.
It was a complete Wile E. Coyote reaction. It was golden. We had to leave the room because we were laughing our asses off. We didn't want the engineers to know why, because that was theirs. That was their situation that they gave to us. You bitches. No wonder you didn't want to mess with this.
Well, Jay was teasing me getting a new job, and yes, I am working for a local TV station, but I also got a second job. One I'm a lot more proud of.
Sure.
And one I actually hope I lose one day, and I'm going to get to that. But,
Fair Villa!
No, I'd keep that job in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'm the bouncer at Fairville. No, I work for NXT.
Yay!
I work way below Triple H, but I'm under that ladder. I'm there somewhere.
So did Stephanie McMahon at one time. Oh gosh! Don't hurt me, Triple H. Please don't find me.
So how did that job come about? Because
I don't know.
We've kind of since everything wrapped up with Golf Channel, that was always kind of something that we had said was just like, just keep your eye out. Just keep your eye on NXT. Something might happen. And then something did, but it wasn't because you were keeping your eye out. It just kind of like fell into your lap, right?
Yeah. For years, I've been applying for NXT jobs, like for Full Sail or for NXT or, whatever. And then out of the blue, I get this email. Hey, we see you've been you'd like to work for WWE and NXT. I'm like, how'd you get my info? And yeah, absolutely.
And then you looked outside, and there's Pat Patterson, just kind of.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh shit! Who's the one that's still alive? Gerald Briscoe. Damn it! Sorry.
Oh, he can't walk. He just had his knee replaced.
There's a whole new batch of riders.
So because I seriously don't want you to jeopardize your gig here. Without giving too much away, because I don't want you to get in trouble for it. What has the experience been like so far?
This is what I can tell you, that I am working with the crowd sweetening department. That was a department that was built just after the start of COVID, when they started doing like the video screens of people like in the stands. And to make it sound like there's actual people there, we have two different positions. There's crowd noise, which actually we're not supposed to call it that because somebody doesn't like that word. Don't use that word, noise. Oh, that's another thing. Well, I'll get to that. All right, so there's like 5 or 6 different faders that have different sounds of crowd. There's like a light crowd, a heavier crowd, a crowd that's angry, a crowd that's really excited. There's boos, there's cheers, there's clapping. That's called crowd reaction. And then there's crowd pops, which is this push button soundboard of ooh,
Bob,
woo, like with chest chaps.
Can I ask? Do they have like a button with 2 R's underneath it for Roman Reigns on the board?
Yeah, it's called the boo button.
Oh! All right, so they're embracing it finally. Okay.
Yeah, he's been heel for like a year, dude.
Okay. What's TV? I only work in this business. I don't have to fucking partake.
Well, the funny thing was I did it for the second time this week, and my supervisor, his name is Rocco, perfect WWE
Wow,
name.
that's beautiful, yeah.
He developed this system and everything, and I thought I was going to learn the crowd reaction. He has me sit down at the crowd pop machine. He says, here you go, have at it. I'm like, what?
Is that the training? You sit there.
That was the training.
And there's the buttons. Have fun.
I got trained. I did it for 205 Live, messed up on every single one. And he was like, yeah, you're doing good. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
So what you're telling me is what I know of your guys' experience in television. So what you're telling me is WWE runs like every other television gig in the world.
Only they pay better.
Well, that's good.
I think that's kind of a wrestling company mindset, though, because what's the first thing you learn? How to bump, right?
How to bump, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
True.
So you get on day 1, you're supposed to be fucking up. 205
Live was my bump.
Yeah.
And wow, that show is, I mean, not just that show, but all the shows. You have got to be really talented to do this because your timing has to be precise. You are sitting there watching the screen with 4 fingers on one hand, 4 fingers on another hand, like ready to hit any series of buttons just at a moment's notice. And when you hear the crowd chanting for a pinfall, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, that's an individual input for each reaction, for each sound. And the timing on that sucker is...
So holy shit, you're basically doing non-prop version of Foley.
Yep. The crowd Foley artist, that's the best way to put it, yeah.
That's fucking fantastic.
And if you watch the shows, it's insane.
Do you like it so far? Like, how many shows have you done now?
I've done 2. 2 weeks worth. I did both 205 lives, and then last week they threw me on NXT, and I was mixing that. That was nerve-wracking as hell because I got an audio producer behind me. I got Rocco sitting next to me. They're all shouting commands. I've got the headset producer and director right next to that. So, like, in all corners, I have different commands. Give me more crowd. Give me more boo. Give me more heat. Give me this. Give me that. And I want more crowds. Like, dude, I am peaking at plus 10. This meter does not go any higher than where it's at. He's like, keep going. Keep going.
He's already pulled over. He can't pull over any farther.
He can't pull over. It was cool. And the whole thing comes to an end. Everyone's like, fuck yeah, that was awesome. That was great. Audio guy on the panel goes, you were really spiking hard on that. Copy that. Sorry.
And I'd like to imagine that, like, as all this is going on, is it like this? Is it still a typical like audio setup where it's like a little room, and they're cramming as many dudes into this room as they can?
Because it's COVID and we're at the Performance Center. The Performance Center is a glorified office warehouse that they convert into a gym, and then they convert it again into a production center, even though it doesn't have the right facilities for all that.
Yeah.
So, and it's a small little venue.
Mm-hmm. And we'd been living in Orlando long enough to see all 3 lifetimes of that building.
But like down the street, there's like a series of other office warehouses that WWE also owns. So I'm walking through that, and I'm like, you guys keep a lot of fucking history in here. Like the giant circle V for the Vengeance pay-per-view was in there.
Oh, cool.
The giant skull that they use for WrestleMania TakeOver, where Io Shirai jumped off.
Is Uncle Felchi there?
I was about to say, is Uncle Felchi there?
Yeah.
If they probably got him locked up someplace.
Oh, damn. That's a national treasure.
I don't know how you hide a giant silver fist. Like, boy, there's the audio drop for this episode. All right.
So many off-color jokes can chase that statement down too. What I was like imagining in the mental theater was that, like, you're kind of like doing your audio guy thing, octopus arms and shit, and there's everybody like shouting commands into you, but like in a not acknowledged corner of the room, there's like a large dark silhouette of a very steely set of eyes sitting atop a massive schnoz, just staring at the audio. You sitting at the audio booth, just like.
No, clearly he's in gorilla.
Takes.
Oh, Rocco thinks pretty highly of me. He keeps saying, "Hey, we'll bring you back next week. We'll bring you back next week." The last 4 guys, we fired them. Some on the first day, some during the show. So
Woo!
We want you to come back. I'm like, okay. I guess that's high praise.
Ride that fucking horse as long as it'll take you, dude.
Yeah, remember how I told you I hope I lose this job one day?
Yeah, I was just about to ask what's up with that, because everything sounds pretty fucking Jake right now.
Oh, this is a dream job. This is like absolutely right up my alley. I can't get enough of this. But the whole reason I have this job is because we don't have crowds. Somewhere down the line, we're probably going to go touring again, and when that happens, the crowd sweetening program is going to get phased out. So I'm looking at this as, hey, just ride this wave as long as it lasts, buddy. It's not going to, like all TV, it doesn't last forever.
Definitely. So what happens, because I'm ever the optimist of the group, we all know that. So what happens at the end of the year when they say, you know what, Bob, you've done a really good job sweetening the crowds. You need to come on tour with us.
Where do I sign the paper?
That's what I wanted to
Nice.
hear. Man,
You want to hear Corey burp?
Well, I always want to hear Corey burp, but I honestly think, I mean, if this is going as well as you're saying, and I know you, when you find something you love, you kind of jump into it full bore. This is a good thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, my timing was really bad because for the last almost 6 months, I was trying to get a local job. I finally get it, and then this WWE thing lands in my lap. Like, oh god, I gotta pick a job that's either pay really well but not last forever, or another job that pays like crap but it could last me it's stability. So I'm gonna like try and balance the two out.
I think you really need to figure out which one has the rats.
Yeah.
Like, I'm willing to bet the catering at the NXT shows is a little bit better than the commissary at Wesh.
Oh, that's not a fair comparison.
Well, just saying, there's perks beyond the no rats thing, you know.
But who's to say NXT doesn't have rats? Because the audio department isn't in the performance center; it's in one of the neighboring office warehouses, like where they keep the giant skull and all the other props. That's where the audio department is set up. So it's all of us sitting in this one sweltering hot 125-degree room that they probably were storing cars in at one time. And yeah, I do want to keep doing that.
So when do you try on the Undertaker's hat?
Oh, are you? Come on.
They actually have that in the glass case, like Robin's costume in the back cave.
That's probably in Vince's closet.
Actually, come to think of it, kind of relating this to the video that you just made about the possible locations for the WWE museum, or I guess what we're
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame. It sounds kind of like they've already got one. This just not for the eyes of the general public, and you work there.
They have where I work is where they keep the NXT props. So none of like the Invasion V, that's not there, or the WrestleMania sign. You're not going to see that there. It's all the stuff they've used for NXT, and they want to keep on hand in case they want to bring it back in a flash.
It seems like they're keeping most of that in Florida, though.
Yeah, but they do have a warehouse in Stamford, Connecticut for the big stuff.
Yeah, but that's where Mae Young's hand is. I don't know. They call that the nursery also.
Always goes back to the hand.
Have you met William Regal, and how scary is he?
I have not. They are keeping my department away from the camera and on-air talent.
Yeah.
Because of COVID.
That's fair. But now your first day, though, you did meet one of the on-air talent inadvertently, right?
Inadvertently, and not like person to person. We like passed each other and I pull up, and I was supposed to test for COVID the day before, and they gave me instructions: go around the back of the building, go to a table, don't get out of your car. So I get up to the back of the building. I'm looking for a table. There's no table anywhere. So I loop around. Maybe I missed it. Nope. Okay. So I come back again. There's a car parked to the right, and I pull up next to it, and I roll down the window and say, "Hey, do you know where I'm supposed to get tested?" And the guy looked at me. He probably thought I was a fan. And then as soon as he started talking, I was like, "That's Nigel from NXT." He was just sitting in there eating a burger.
I'm just relieved that you didn't hear all of a sudden coming from behind you and like coming up behind you. It's like, dude, it's Audio Bob, get him! Because that's what happens. That's what happens in wrestling parking lots a lot.
Well, especially the NXT parking lot in the Performance Center. There's always attacks there. The people are hurt constantly.
Yeah, some of them don't ever come back, especially if Kevin Owens had something to do with it.
Aww. So,
yeah.
Bob, you got two new jobs, not just one.
Yep.
I will say one is definitely cooler than the other.
Without doubt.
Because, I mean, nothing compares to local news. Right?
Nothing
Let's be honest.
compares. I'll stop.
To news. But let's talk about new Pokemon Snap now, which I know, Bob, you and I have been playing.
Yeah.
And because I haven't played in a couple of days, but last I checked, you had finally broken 1 million on your overall score.
Did I?
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
how do you check that?
That's you can check that online. You can look at the leaderboards there.
Okay, I was just taking funny photos and putting them up with captions like, "This is definitely going to get taken down within a day." I'm sure.
So what's your most popular photo so far?
It was I don't remember the Pokemon's name, but it was one of the boss battle ones where they illuminate and you have to like hit them with the glowy ball. I'm not doing it well. I just play like pretty Pokemon, snap, snap, snap. I do have a complaint about that game though.
What's that?
You can't change the button layouts on the controller. You can choose like 4 different patterns, but you can't change it to how you want to operate the controller.
So there's no remapping the keys to your specifications.
No, they have a couple of different layouts, but none of them are what I want the trigger to be the camera shutter. Because I want to be able to use my thumb for like the Apple and the music and whatever, and I want to be able to like Apple Music, snap, snap, snap.
Okay. For somebody who has
Don't say Apple Music so loudly, or that guy from Apple's going to come after us, Steve Jobs. That's his name. Never mind. He's dead. Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah,
Corey.
he's
Wow.
he's having lunch with Pat Patterson right now.
And the gobbledygooker.
Hector Guerrero is dead.
Oh God, damn it! Everybody. Well, it's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling and Apple.
It's wrestling and Apple.
Somebody do a quality of life check on Wozniak, please.
I don't know. He survived Kathy Griffin. I think he's good. He's solid. As somebody who hasn't had a hands-on with Pokemon Snap yet, how are you playing? Does it give you the option to do both tablet and controller if you want to? Okay. How encompassing are the motion controls? Like, if I wanted to, would I be able to just pop off one of the Joy-Cons and be able to do a Wiimote sort of an interaction with it?
That I don't know, because I'm pretty sure it operates off gyroscope.
Right.
So I think you need to have both. I don't think you can have just one.
So it is not like Pringles, where you can where you cannot
once
have
you
just
pop,
one.
you can't stop.
Right. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to assume that, like, by Bob wanting the trigger, that he's that you're favoring the tablet layout for the game.
I use Pro Controller, and I shut motion controls off. First thing I do on every game I play, I cannot use motion controls because my hands move too much as I play.
Okay. All right. Huh. That's all I had to add to the conversation, apparently, just so I had a frame of reference. I don't remember dick about Pokemon Snap, except for Fuck of the Mountain and whatever the fuck. and
wow,
and
that's an inside joke.
Yeah, and going with you to the Blockbuster to print out print out stickers and shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thinking that was going to last forever.
They're still on my sketchbook. They've lasted 20 plus years.
Do you know how impressed I was when I saw that?
We should have known that the stickers are going to outlast Blockbuster, but no, I mean like the kiosks themselves.
Yeah, there's someone I follow on, I can't remember who it was on YouTube, who actually has one of the kiosks.
Holy shit! What?
Which I'm like, that's kind of magnificent. That's a holy grail right there.
Impressive. Have they retro engineered it to still be usable? I mean, with Game Boy hardware, not Switch hardware.
That I don't know, actually. I just know that they have it. Like, I saw a thumbnail. I didn't actually watch the video. I was just like, look what's in my collection now. I was like, oh, that's cool.
How did it work? Did you bring in a memory card or something?
Yes. I don't know, because I didn't own an N64 when that game was out. I played on Corey's.
No, hold up a second. Man, this is a good question.
It was either the memory card or the cart itself.
Because the 64 controller had the memory pack under the controller, and you just eject that, and I figure you just take that to a Blockbuster, plug it in.
Yeah, I think it was one of these guys. I think you popped that out and then brought it in and plugged it into the kiosk, but I cannot remember.
We are talking about close to 30 years ago.
Oh, okay. It was a modified N64 kiosk with an additional slot for the player's cartridge, as well as a printer and a slot for the player's Snap Station card, which I vaguely remember.
So you can bring the
game. The player loaded credit onto to print the photos. The station also featured a demo of Pokemon Snap for store patrons to play, because you got to keep your pin pan strong. Yep. Product will be 4 sets of 4 photos of the selected characters, full color stickers about the size of a postage stamp. Technology.
Oh, that's being generous. Those fuckers are not even close to the size of a postage stamp.
Yeah.
They're like a third the size.
Stadium players also had the option of getting 16 different stickers as well. The cost was $3 a sheet.
That's why I only ever bought like 2 sheets.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like a big paycheck if it was a 2-sheeter kind of week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that noise.
Go to Blockbuster, I'm going to print 3 sheets of these suckers.
You're a madman.
Somebody did overtime today.
So,
Crap.
Bob, it says here that you have a new toy.
Yes. I did something that...
Oh.
Shut up.
I thought he. Oh, you're not working at Fairville. I misheard. Sorry.
No, but you're pretty close.
Premier Adult Factory Outlet
takes you where you want to go.
Wow. That's for all our Orlando listeners.
Both of you. All right,
True,
so
yeah.
I guess this is turning into a Bob episode, unfortunately. I did do something that I've been looking to do for years. An opportunity finally arrived actually earlier today. I went, I did it, I made a video. It's being edited right now, and since it's an audio podcast, it works better if I just turn it on close to the mic. Here we go.
Nice.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yep. Got myself
So
a lightsaber.
Did that at Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah, at Sabi's workshop, it's called. I know that because I had to ask because there's no signage anywhere saying Sabi's right here. Nope. I had to ask, where's Sabi's? Over there? Where is this Sabi's? No, it's over there. Is this Sabi's? No, it's where the fuck is everything here? Everything's written in like the Huttese language in this place.
That's called Arabesh. Thank you very much.
Arabish, yeah, I couldn't remember. So Huttese, whatever. I'm glad I remembered that because I'm a goddamn Star Trek nerd, and here I am holding a $200 fucking lightsaber.
yeah.
May the Force be with you, Bob.
Yes,
May
exactly.
the Force be with you.
Nanu.
So I noticed that the blade of that lightsaber has the colors of a fucking traitor right there, since you're formerly of the Star Trek devoted or whatever.
Oh.
Or something. I don't know. My question actually had a legit ask about that. Is this the shop that you get the lightsabers from, like in universe? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are lightsaber dealerships publicized within the Star Wars galaxy?
Dealership.
Yeah.
Were you with me and Jay when we went to the wand shop at Hogwarts?
Right. Yeah. I know about Ollivanders or whatever the fuck it's called.
Ollivanders, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot like that, where it was very in universe. It was very theatrical. There was music involved.
Right.
And even as like a 60% Star Wars fan, I walked out. I had like tears welling up. It's like, that was so fucking beautiful. It was awesome. It was incredible. The level of creation that you can have over these things is pretty extensive. They'll give you like 4 different variation. Like, do you want to be elemental? Do you want to be defensive? Do you want to be offensive? Do you want to be this or that? And then that breaks down to like this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions where you can build on it, and each position has like 2 or 3 or in some cases 4 different choices.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's very, very creative. And they were telling me that after I assembled this, the teacher who is in charge of the show, he looked at it, it's like, oh, that reminds me so much of days of the old Republic with the gold and the black and the pointy ends and everything. I was like, holy crap, you're right. It does look old Republic-ish. So the cool thing is, the first thing you do is that you pick your Kyber crystal, which determines the color of your blade.
Okay.
I went with blue. Because your choices were red, purple, blue, or green.
Right.
And I was thinking, everyone says I'm blue. I kind of agree with that. It doesn't really match, like, personality, the color of your lightsaber.
I was gonna say, during these these events, don't they kind of like give you a personality test? Not in so many words, but like they make a production out of it. Like, are you a happy person or are you a sad person?
No, they don't have time for that crap. No, you're thinking of Pottermore. No,
Yeah,
do you
right.
like cats? Fuck cats. Okay, you're purple.
Well, they do that at the wand shop, right? They're like, well, this person came in and they look like a dick. Here, you get you get
this metal rod.
the Slytherin wand. I was trying to remember what the hell it was called. I was like, yeah, you get a snake tonguey dick wand. Just here. Get out of my face.
But
Hogwarts doesn't want you. But I paid admission.
The impressive thing about this is it's not plastic. It's all made of metal. So this This feels like it weighs like it's worth $200.
That's awesome.
And as I slowly dismantle it, the cool thing is I know this is perfect for a podcast, but there's my kyber crystal right in the middle, and it's actually glowing right now.
That's cute.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that is very cool. And you can actually take the crystal out, and you can change it out for any other ones that you want. So I bought 3 more, a white, a yellow, and a red, just in case I feel like going rogue one day.
You're a mover on the
That's really
lightsaber
cool.
black market, huh?
Well, I was hoping to get a black saber. It was really, because those do exist, but they're super, super rare.
There's only one to know and exist, and it is the dark saber that the Mandalorians have.
Or the 1 in 10,000 that they hide into these red containers.
Huh. No shit.
Oh, you're talking for real.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry, I was going all nerd lore. You're talking like, no, there's actually like some black shit that they put in there. Okay, that's cool as hell.
We're on the same wavelength. Yeah, we got it. We got you.
And the first thing this asshole thinks of is like, no, black shit's when you have too much whiskey the night before.
Or when you eat too much blueberry.
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be blue.
It's actually green.
Do you remember when the Addams Family animated movie came out like 2 years ago? Or
I
could have
do.
been 3 years ago. I went and I didn't see that in the theater. I saw something else. But at the same time, they had the promotional, the Slurpee. And I go see a movie. I gotta get my Slurpee and my pretzel. So I got that, and I got home, destroyed the toilet with it.
As you do.
I don't know what it is with movie Slurpees, but they fuck you the fuck up. It's like I couldn't have much more sucrose in it than a Coke, but fucking whatever. I go home, and it's literally like somebody just pulverized Lucky the Leprechaun into the bottom of that goddamn thing. And I left thinking, okay, I have a good idea how this could happen, but still, it was purple. I mean, Some of it's still with me.
It's that blue dye that turns everything green.
Yeah. It's,
God.
it's honestly probably like my pancreas can't really deal with the
No.
heft.
Your colon is just a color wheel. Don't worry about it.
Well, I just wanted to point out real quick, the other cool thing about this saber is if you put a different colored crystal in it, first off, yeah, it powers up like that. And then every crystal makes the saber sound different.
That's really cool.
Oh.
Yeah. And this one's the white. Rogue Jedi get this one, I believe.
That was Ahsoka's saber color as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, Jedi who don't fall out of the Order or aren't part of the Order but haven't gone evil.
So just basically like Ronin Jedi.
Well, she was her sabers were white when she was a Padawan as well.
I thought they were green.
She had white sabers. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'll yield to the floor on that one.
Does anybody get like patterned sabers?
Only the Scottish ones.
Only this. Damn it. Or Spaceballs, right?
Yeah.
But technically that's a Schwartz.
No, you were right. They were green.
She did have white in The Mandalorian, though.
Yeah, they were definitely white in Mandalorian and definitely white in Rebels.
How embarrassed for me is everybody else that I still haven't watched fucking Mandalorian yet.
You have no excuse.
I don't. Well, I did. Did anybody else see? Fucking, I've been mainlining like Disney Plus shit for the last 3 weeks because I was trying to catch up on like WandaVision and whatever the fuck else.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, Winter Soldier. Yes. Thank you. I knew it was just sitting there right in front of me. Did anybody get caught up on those, or do we shut up about those for a little bit?
I am caught up.
You're caught up.
I'm caught up.
You're caught up. Okay. All right.
We are at the 1 hour mark. Just so we know. Do we want to save this for the next episode?
We can save this for the next episode, of course.
Good. We have content.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Go ahead.
On that note, I'm sorry, Bob. You're getting a call from the Jedi Council.
Darth Maul's giving me a call. See, it's red.
He's not going to be happy. He's got to run, Crimson Dawn, which is,
When is he ever happy?
Well, I mean, he got
like one of
chopped in
the
half by
managers you can't
Obi-Wan
ever-
and now has electronic spider legs. I mean, he's got a pretty shitty run of things here.
There's a
I don't know. If you ask me, that's a win.
has it ever happened that a Jedi on the dole could like part out their saber? You know, for hard times.
Like, you mean like pawn out parts of the saber because
like,
he needs some creds?
Yeah, here's the little grippy bits for the bottom, and I'm not using this crystal anymore because I'm a heel now. Here, you can have this.
If any Jedi would have done it, it would have been Quinlan Voss, but I don't believe he did.
Yeah, so nobody's Jedi Jake LaMotta their lightsaber.
No.
Okay. Oh, the idea has appeal, though. I'm glad they have that option.
So if you guys that are listening think we have given you $1 worth of content, please do consider joining us over on Patreon, where supporters are able to have live cast recordings and Q&A sessions with us, access to early uploads, and some extra stuff we drop in from time to time. You can click on the link tree to find all of our social media information. That'll be down in the description, or you can just do a search for Cretans Guild, because, I mean, honestly, there's no other Cretans Guild on the internet. It's just us. You can follow Bob on YouTube at Skipper Bob's Breakdowns, where he has an Orlando lifestyle vlog, or you can follow me on YouTube at Square Pegs. I am the one that does not have Sarah Jessica Parker in the thumbnail. We have merchandise on tpublic.com that features the art of Tom Solo, and our lawyers assure us that all the products are legally confirmed as bitchin' and badass. We are proudly and somehow part of the PodFix network, and we say to all of our followers, new and old, join us on Tout, and welcome
There it is.
to the Guild.
This was a podcast of the PodFix Network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.
Premier Adult Factory Outlet
takes you where you want to go.
Wow.